Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays. In this episode, I will be doing a character creation for Dragonbane. These are the rules. Okay, the one with the assassin duck. Um, I'm not going to be creating an assassin duck. I'll be doing a pretty vanilla character. I plan to do a human. So there's the game box. I did an unboxing. It was probably the last video I did. So I'll be going through the creation of a character and using Mythic to roll for his adventure. I know it's his. I've already decided it's going to be a male. He won't be a wizard. He'll be probably a fighter or a bard or a rogue or something along that line. We'll see how that goes with the character creation. And I said I will be using Mythic as the GM emulator. So let's go to, I'm going to use Roll20 as my tabletop. So let's go to that. But before we do so, if you could like, comment, or subscribe, it'd be much appreciated. Let's go to the other screen. And we're back. And this is the tabletop. So far, all I've got is a picture of my avatar in this world. Giving him a name. And it's Maltine. He will be my character. I have no idea other than he's going to be human, because I like, when I'm playing a new role-playing system, to start at the basic characters. I don't want anything too complex. I want to learn how the system flows. We have no idea of his background. Why has he got a scar on his face? But that will all be revealed once we actually start playing and using the Mythic GM emulator to ask these kind of questions. All that we know is he's male and he's human. So let's bring up his character sheet, which is blank at the present moment, other than his name, which is Maltine, and obviously the player character, and I've typed in human. That's all we have. Now, in the rule book, Dragonbane rule book, the actual character generation system is all explained in a nice little, what would you call it, a list of things to do. So it says choose or roll your kin. Well, I could have rolled for him to see what he was. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 6 different types of kin, from human, halfling, dwarf, elf, mallard, that's the psychotic ducks, and wolfkin. Okay, as I say, I've chosen human. The next step, it says choose, note your innate ability. So humans must have an innate ability, which is adaptive. Now, can I see anything on there which says note abilities on the character sheet? Abilities and spells. Or I've got one here. Okay. So let me just pause and make sure I'm doing the right thing here, because this is a learning thing for me too. Okay, so I'm learning how this character sheet is built. I managed to put his skill in there, which is adaptive, which means that for a cost of 3 willpower points, a lot of things here cost willpower points. I'm not sure how many he's going to have. He can, when rolling for a skill, you can choose to make the roll using another skill of your choice. Okay. You must be able to justify how to use this selected skill instead of the normal one. The GM has the final word. Oh, that's me too. But what it allows him to do, as humans, that is their innate ability. They can say they need to, I don't know, to forage for food, and he's not got a good forage for food. He might have great communication skills, so he can go and ask people for food. I'll just use that as a rough example. So that's humans' innate. Is it called an innate ability? Yeah. Okay. So we've got that. That's the first stage in this done. Okay. Next one. Choose and roll your profession. Okay. So I've got a choice. So I'm moving along in the book here, the pages. So the professions are Let's just go into the profession page. Artisan. Bard. Okay. Does he look like a bard? No. Fighter. Maybe. Hunter. Maybe. Knight. No. Definitely doesn't look like a knight. Mage. I don't want a mage. I don't want to start dealing with the magic system at the present moment. Mariner. So in other words, a sailor. No. Merchant. He don't really look like a merchant either, does he? Scholar. No. Thief. So I've got a choice of 3 there, really. Fighter, hunter, thief. As I say, I don't really know much about Mariner. Don't remember his name now. Maltine. So let's roll. D6. 1, 2. He's a fighter. 3, 4. Hunter. 5, 6. Thief. All right, here we go. A 1. He is a fighter. Okay. So profession, fighter. All right. Moving onwards. I should actually keep a note of the actual steps. So I'll put one of these here. Just remember that. Right, so roll for your profession, we've just done. That instantly restricts what I can do. So fighter. So let's see what that gives us in here. Okay. Key attribute is strength. You'd expect it to be. He's got skills, and heroic ability is veteran. So let's see how easy that is to add on. Again, I'm going to pause and then do that, rather than you see me faffing around with the computer and struggling. Okay, so I've added his heroic ability. I shouldn't have done that quite now, but I've done it. So as you can see, he's now adaptive and veteran. Veteran allows him to do a few things, which we'll describe later, but essentially, if I move me out the way, you should be able to see here. Activating this ability at the start of a combat round allows you to retain your initiative card, all things that we're going to explain later on, from the previous round instead of drawing a new one. So it allows him, if you've got a really good initiative, to retain it for the next round. Okay, so that's his 2 abilities at the present moment. The next thing it wants me to determine, got the rule book, of course. We've got all this. Is his age? We haven't rolled any abilities yet. So his age. Now, this is something I haven't really, other than Traveller, which you age the character through the system, this one you can choose your starting age. So you can be young, adult, or old. Now, why would you choose old? You get more skills, but some of your abilities will drop. Attributes will drop. Okay, so the effective age. So if you're young, you've got 6 basic training skills plus 2 additional ones. If you're an adult, you get 6 plus 4, and if you're old, you get 6 plus 6. So you get more skills. Now, looking at the chap, he don't look old, and he don't look young. So I'm going to have him as an adult. That's what he looks like on the picture. Let's see that. So let's scroll this through. Age. Other than we don't need to know his exact age. You should never ask anyone their exact age, should you? I know it was never polite to ask a lady. Now it's not polite to ask anyone. You know, I'm 21. For umpteen times. So he's an adult. Okay. So after determining his age, is his name. Well, I've already got his name. Then now we roll attributes. So I haven't determined the skills yet. It just tells me that, with the effect of his age, he gets 6 plus 4 trained skills. So 6 trained skills must be selected from your profession. The rest may be chosen freely, up to a maximum of 18. Well, he's not having 18, is he? So, and then his attributes aren't going to be modified at all for being an adult. If he'd been young, it'd have been at +1 on his agile and constitution, and if you've been old, His strength, agility, and constitution will be at -2. However, his intelligence and wisdom would have been up, or willpower would have been up 1. Don't have to worry about. He's an adult. Okay. So there are 6 basic attributes, similar to Dungeons and Dragons. I think the only difference they do here is they change dexterity to agility. So if you use the D&D, strength, constitution, agility, intelligence, or willpower, so slightly different from wisdom, and charisma. Okay, I'll explain what all these are underneath when we get to that. Those are things you can put in place, but we'll look at that later. So it says roll 4d6 and remove the worst dice. So we're looking at scores between 3 and 18. And assign that score to an attribute of your choice. Repeat this process 5 more times until you have assigned a score to each attribute. You must assign each score as you roll them. But once done, you may swap 2 scores. So, okay, that's what we'll do. Then you adjust your attributes based on your age. Well, we know we're not going to be adjusting any of that. Note that you can never have more than 18 in an attribute, regardless of your age. Once assigned, your attributes rarely change during the game. So, unlike some systems where attributes change all the time, like Traveller, attributes will go up as you learn new skills and you can actually study to improve an attribute. So I'm going to roll the 4d6. Let me move the character sheet out of the way because if I don't, it doesn't pop up. And I've done nice little macros here at the bottom here. So let's have a look. 4d6, what we actually get. Okay, 5, 6, 8, that's 10, that's 11. It's not a great score. I remember I'm eliminating 1, so it's 5, 6, it's only a 10. So what should we assign a 10 to? Okay, do I see him? I want him to have a good strength and a good constitution. Agility, yeah. Intelligence, yeah. I want him to have good willpower as well. And charisma, yeah. He's going to be my spokesman, so I need him to be able to charm them if I can. So I'm going to put the 10 in intelligence. His initial score. Now, let's hope I'm going to roll better than 10. Otherwise, that should have been his strength. But anyway, the 10's in there. All right, so the next 4d6. That's a 12. Okay, that's a bit better. So where are we going to put the 12? That's about average, isn't it, in 3d6, 12. So I'm going to put that in his constitution. Just hoping that I'm going to roll better than a 12 for his strength. Okay, another 4d6. The best 3. So that's 15. Now that's pretty good. Okay, not as good as an 18, obviously, but 15. I'm going to take the risk of the biscuit and I'm going to put that in his strength. Okay, that's that part done. Rolling again. Okay, that's 12, 13, 14, that's 16. Darn it. Okay, so 16. As I said, I want him to be charismatic. I also want him to have a strong will. And we don't know what the next 2 results are. Remember, it also says we can swap 2 scores over. So I'm going to put 16 in his willpower. Okay, let's see what we get for the next one. That's 10, that's 13. That's not too bad. I'm going to put that in his charisma. Okay, and then finally, his dex, ability, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. That's not great. Okay. So there's my basic scores. Now it says I can swap 2 over. So I don't really 15 to 16 for strength, willpower. I'm quite happy with that. Do I want to take any of those? I mean, my 2 low scores are my agility and my intelligence. Do I want to swap any of them over? Willpower, I'm happy with. I'm quite happy with the charisma as well. The reason why, okay, so what's the importance of these stats? Whereas in D&D and quite a lot of systems, you get modifiers based on your stats. This system, you don't. Not really. You've got to, sometimes it might ask you to make a strength roll, and you've got to roll that on a d20 or less. So low is good in the system. 1, which is called a dragon, is up the ideal roll. You know, if you do roll that in combat, it's critical. 20. So it's the opposite in D&D in that regard. And also, you don't, just because like in D&D you might have, say, a strength of 15, you might get a +2 to your damage. In this, it's based on your strength. You've got to roll equal to or less than that to actually hit with the sword, for example. So with that in mind, do I want to change any of those? Constitution is health. The hit points are going to be based upon. Agility. Strength, I want to be able to whack things. Willpower, I want to resist things and force myself on. That's the strongest. I think will is his strongest. Do I need that to be his strongest? Intelligence, I don't see him as a particularly bright. I don't see him as stupid. 10 is not bad. I think I'm going to keep that as, I know that was a little bit of pontificating, but I think I'm going to keep his stats as such. So we've rolled and we're keeping his attributes. The next step is called derived ratings. So it says, based on your attributes, you have a number of derived ratings that are used in various ways. So movement. This rating determines how many meters you can run in a round of combat. It's based on your kin, then modified by your agility. So as a human, his base is 10. Okay. And then how is that modified by his agility? Strength agility equal to is no difference. Agility of 1 to 6 is -4, 7 to 9 -2, 13 to 15 +2. So agility of 10, no modifier. So we now know his movement, kin of movement, actually we'll put it in there, is 10. So he can run, how many meters you can run in a combat round, which is about 6 to 10 seconds? 10 meters? Good. He's not going to break the land speed record, is he? Or the 100-meter dash. Okay. Damage bonus is based on strength. Your damage bonus increases the damage inflicted by your attacks. You have 2 separate damage bonuses, one for strength-based weapons and one for agility-based weapons. Again, 12 or less, no damage bonus. 13 to 16 is a D4. So he has a D4, whereas it's already given it to him. Damage bonus for strength, D4. Damage bonus for agility is a dash, which is none. And movement, okay. Why did it say kin of movement up there? When actually I can put it in there. There we go. 10. Right. Okay. Right. So that's hit points. This rating determines how much damage you can take. Your maximum number of hit points is equal to your constitution, but may be increased by the hero ability robust. So has it got a hit point thing for me down here somewhere? Hit points. 0 to 12. 12 being my con there. And willpower, as you can see here, is also maxed out at 16. Okay, so the sheet is intelligent. It fills in things as you go along. That's good. Okay. Willpower points we've just determined. So the next thing we've got to do, so that's derived ratings, is his trained skills. So let me have a quick read, and then or in other words, a pause for a cup of tea, and then we'll come back and we'll go through his skills. Okay, skills. Now, as you can see in the middle of the character sheet here is his skill sets, and there's already some numbers in here. And these are based on the, attribute scores. So base chart, every skill is connected to an attribute. So you can see like acrobatics is based on agility, awareness based on intelligence, bartering on charisma, and so on. Okay. And depending on the attribute, which we've got those scores still up here, will increase. So attributes of 1 to 5 gives you a base chance of 3. Well, I've got no attributes at 1 to 5. 6 to 8, 4. 9 to 12 is a 5. So a lot of these, the bushcraft intelligence is a 5 base chance. That means if I decide to do a bushcraft, I have to roll 5 or less on a d20. Not great. If the attribute is 13 to 15, he gets a 6 in the score. And then if it was 13 to 15 and 16 to 18 is a 7. So I've got a 16 in willpower. Looks like no skills, can't see a 7 there, are based on willpower. Okay, fair enough. That's what they call the base chance. Now he has his training. So starting levels, in addition to the base chances, you start out with a number of trained skills. So remember that was based on his age. 8, 10, or 12, depending on the number of, depending on your age. So he was an adult, so he's going to have 10 trained skills at the start of the game. Your level in trained skills is equal to twice the base chance. Okay. 6 of your trained skills must be selected from those listed in your profession. So going back on his profession, which was a fighter, his trained skills are axes, bows, brawling, crossbows, evade, hammers, spears, and swords. Okay, so 6 of his trained skills have got to be taken from there. Now, is there a way to actually make them trained? Is that by a tick? Let's have a look. What was I click that tick box there? Nothing. Okay. How do I actually make that a 12? Is this another pause time when I work out the system? Okay, hold on there. Okay, so I basically got to manually add the value, remembering that if it's a trained skill, it goes up, or as it says there, at the start of the game, your level of trained skills is equal to twice the base chance. It's got written the base chances there. So of those 6, axes, bows, brawling, crossbows, evade, hammers, spears, and swords. I've got to take 6 of those. Brawling, I think, might be useful. Where is brawling? That must be a secondary school. Okay, we'll remember that. Or fill in it. Evade. Yeah, all right. That's based on agility. So that will then become double the base skill. So it's a 5 in there. So that should, yes, it's gone to a 10. Cool. Okay. Then, so we've chosen one. I'm going to use a pen. Yeah, it's one of these old-fashioned. I've used one of my 6 so far. So we've done evade. All right. So sword or axe? Is he a swordsman or an axeman? I think I'm going to go for a sword. So that'll be down here somewhere. There we go. So we'll change that now. Again, that doubles that, doesn't it? So that's another 6. And that's 2 of those. Now, the other 4 skills he can actually, that he's going to have, can be taken from anything that's not one of his class skills here. Okay. Bow or crossbow? I'm going to go bow. Oh, let's see. Crossbow, that's the same thing. And a bow is a bit faster. And especially if he's on his own. That's 3. See, these are all, I could have had a hammer as well. Ooh. I still want brawling. So how do we do brawling? Secondary skill. New skill. Okay, we don't want it to be based on intelligence, do we? Okay, just rolled a dice there. Hold on there. So I'm going to pause again as I learn the interface. Okay, if any of you are pointing and screaming at the screen saying you're blind, it's a weapon skill. normal skills and weapon skills, and brawling is there. So I put a new skill here, which we have no idea what it's going to be, but we've got brawling. That's based on his strength, as you'd expect. Oh, I've got 0-6, I want 0-6, I want 6. There you go. That's his fourth one. Now, so axes, bows, brawling, crossbows, evade, hammers, spears, and I've still got 2. Do I need all these weapons? Looks like he's focusing on weapons. So, spear? Suppose if we can keep someone at bay, jab them with a spear, then do the sword. So bow, spear, sword. Yeah, let's go for a spear, shall we? I'm not really getting many other options other than weapons. So that's his 5th. He's got 1 more of these that he's got to take. None of them how many different weapon types? Oh, blimey. Can I have something like more useful? Well, that's what the other 4 skills are for, I suppose. In a pinch. All right, let's go crossbow. There we go. No, I'll tell you what, we'll go axes. He's got the strength to use them. All right, so that's my 6 trained skills that are from my profession. Now the other 4 I can take from 6 of the trained skills must be selected from those listed in your profession. The rest are chosen freely. You can increase your skill levels during the game. So these levels will increase. Remembering I've got to roll equal to this number or below to actually hit something or do something, or whatever. Okay, so 4. What these do I want? Okay. He's got to survive. So we've got hunting and fishing. I think that might be useful. That's based on agility. But man, gotta eat. Gotta have food. Now, again, the skills are all described here. So what's bushcraft? That's heroic ability. Bushcraft. The dangerous place where wild beasts roam. Lead away from the wilderness, make camp, cook food. Okay, I thought that's what hunting and fishing. Out in the world, you will often need to find your own food. Those might go together. Another one I just noticed there, healing. I think that might be useful. Because he might be on his own. I have no idea if he's going to be on his own. If he's going to have people with him. But, yeah. I've hurt myself. I can't fix myself up. That's a good point. I have to determine a voice for him. What's he going to sound like? This is me. Obviously, me. I don't want to be talking like this for him when he actually articulates. So, bit gravelly, bit of good, the bad, and the ugly. All right, then. Let's go and solve this situation. How's that sound? Let me know. Because we've got to do what we got to do. Let me know. Does that work? Because I'm not going to have him go, hi, I'm going to walk around like this. Because he's not, it looks like a pipsqueak. But a bit of a gravelly, dark attitude. What do you like? What do you think? How does that sound? Yeah, I'm not a voice actor. I'm not a professional, but I have been DMing a while, and I can put a few. I can act like the old crown. Oh, come on, dear, you want to buy the old thing? No, that's not a voice for him either, is it? So it's just the gravel and the resonance. He's not going to be a fast talker. He has got charisma, but his charisma is on his. What's that going to be based on? Personality. Anywho, we've still got 2 more to allocate. I know we've done hunting and fishing. See what happens when you get this distract and healing. So he's got 2 more. Okay, acrobatics, awareness. Ooh, what's awareness? We don't want him to be ambushed, do we? As an adventurer, you must always be on your guard or you won't live long. Good point. Use your awareness skill to watch or listen to anyone sneaking around nearby. Yeah, we don't want to be ambushed. So that's all based on intelligence. That takes it to another 5. Okay. One more. Bartering. It's on charisma. Beast law. No. Bluffing. The ability to talk shit when you need to. To quickly come up with a convincing lie. Yeah, talking shit. Can be an invaluable skill as an adventurer. If the GM finds your bluff unconvincing, well, I'm the GM. So it will be based on the mythic. Will they believe, will they not believe, modifiers, etc. We'll go through mythic probably in the next video. Okay, so bluffing maybe. Bushcraft, crafting, no, evade we've already done. Languages, he can talk common, whatever. Myths and legends, no. Performance. I'll go in and I'll go and do a bit of dancing around. No, I don't think. Persuasion, though. That's why I chose the charisma. Now, which is better, bluffing or persuasion? I don't really want him to be a liar. I'm going to go. Well, it's persuasion at the moment. Riding, he can bloody walk. Seamanship, let other people steal the ship. Sleight of hand, he ain't a thief. We've already determined that. I don't want to be a thief. Sneaking, yeah, it could be useful, but, he looks like I'm going in. I've already given him another voice. This isn't his voice. His voice is this way. All right. Unless any of you say, that's bloody irritating, choose another voice. Let me know in the comments. If you've got this far. Okay, spot hidden. Swimming. No. I think we'll go with that persuasion on his last one. And there we go. That is his trained skills. We've already determined his heroic ability, his veteran. So we don't have to worry about that. That is the actual next step, which we've just done. So, heroic abilities, blah, 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 blah. Quite a few of them in this. And then it goes on, right. Weaknesses. Now, this is an optional rule, but anything that enables role-playing I like. So, role-playing weakness could be good. So your character is a capable individual risking their lives and limbs for honor, gold, or adventure. Yeah, even an adventurer has a weakness. And this has got roll a d8. Okay. Let's see. Have I got a d8? I haven't actually done a d8 on me little macros. So there is a place where you can roll dice. It's just bloody remembering on here, map, light, GM, tokens. Oh, there's a little dice symbol. D8. There we go. Number 5. Faint-hearted. Well, okay. He's a faint-hearted fighter. I always stay at the back of the group. Well, there is no group, so he's got to get stuck in. But where is the weakness? There we go. So when he gets into a group, I'm going to have to remember that. Faint. So he's not going to, I mean, he's a fighter, but it sounds to me he's going to be a bit on the cautious side, which is good. You get old adventurers, you get bold adventurers, but you don't get old, bold adventurers. So faint-hearted. That's his weakness. And that's the next thing. TikTok. Right, gear. Now, each of the professions starts with a basic package of gear. And again, you can choose from, there's 3 options. You roll a dice or choose. I'm going to roll the dice. I don't know what he's left with, so let's move him out of the way for the moment. Okay, it's rolled by a d6. 1d6. I did do one of that. There we go. 3. So, if he has the following gear. Whoops. Is there a gear on here somewhere? I assume there is. Spells, backpack, and so on. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do one of those dreaded pauses again. Yeah, so if things start bouncing around, you know why. Okay. Cool. Wow, that took a bit of time getting used to the interface and how it all sort of works. Okay, and I had to make a slight adjustment on the character. Okay, so his gear, with that roll I had, it gave him a short sword, okay, which is now plonked here. All right. It also gave, I had a choice, short sword, hand axe, short spear, and that was it. So I thought, I decided he was a swordsman. That was his first skill he took. Then it was a light crossbow, not a bow. So I actually tweaked him skill-wise and took away his axe and given him a crossbow skill instead. Okay, so he can actually use the weapons that he's been given. Quiver, leather armor, that's shown here, leather armor, and it's got an armor protection of 1. Torch, 1. Flint and tinder to light the torch, and food rations. You've got 5 days of food rations. And then 3 silver. It was each of the food rations was a d6 roll, and silver was a 3d6 roll. Now, from that 3 silver, I can buy other gear. Yeah, I think we're keeping with the 3 silver because I have no idea what the cost of things are in this world. So that's his gear. And it took a little bit longer than it's getting used to the interface of the actual character sheet. And let me just show you what that looks like now. So if I actually make me disappear for a moment, what was I going to help? I don't know. No, don't keep me there. Right. So on here is the, I've done a few tests on that. This is the, keeps track of all the die rolls and such forth. So if I bring up the character sheet again, wherever he's gone, I should have done that first. No, there he is. Right. So if I wanted to do an attack, for example, with my short sword, I would click that button there. Right. Works it all out there. Right. It shows my base skill is 12. I assume that allows me to re-roll. I actually rolled a short sword. I rolled a 1. Whoa, which is actually a dragon. The damage is 5, and then with the critical, because that's what we're dragging in, I get a choice. Doesn't automatically do double damage. I can do it that ignores the armor, or I can actually do double damage, or I can actually attack somebody else for free. I think those are the 3 options. So that's what appears on there. Now, say I wanted to do let's say a, I don't know why it's got that little, what that means. Is that an advancement? Let's get rid of that. We don't need any of that. So if I wanted to do an awareness check, I think all I've got to do is click the word. There we go. There it goes. Yeah, it shows me his base chance, and he's not very aware. He failed that test. An example again, if he was doing hunting and fishing, he just does. You can see the die rolls on the screen, and it will also appear here, and it will then show me when I click on there what was modifying it. So yeah, that is all how the character sheet interacts with what's going on the bar here. Now, the next thing it says on here is memento. Again, I think this is an optional rule, but I do like to use optional rules that will enhance the actual game. So what does it say on here? Gear, memento. All right. In addition to your other equipment, you can have a memento, an item of great sentimental value that you will always carry with you. Choose something suitable or roll on the table. Let's roll on the table. And it's a D20 roll. So we'll roll one of this. So let me move the character, because what happens is as soon as I roll the dice, that disappears anyway. So what has he got as a memento? It's a 7. A strangely shaped stone. Where's he got the stone from? No idea. We will determine that through. But he keeps with him, and let's put it on here. Strangely. Can't spell strangely. Come on, Sibley. Strangely shaped stone. I obviously got shaped wrong. Did I put 2P? Oh, come on. Yeah, spelling wasn't my greatest forte. So, okay. And the last thing is his appearance. Well, appearance, we're going to judge by that picture there. On the character sheet, you can write down something about your character's appearance. It does not have to be a detailed description. One of the few distinct features is enough. Well, we know he's got a scar, because the picture shows a scar. So, down his right side of his face. I'm going to put that there. Long scar on right side of face. Yeah, I'm still holding the rule book. Okay. Other than that, dark haired, yeah, we don't need to go into it. Yeah, I mean, they do give a D20 roll on here. Do I really want to roll it? No, we've already looked at it. He's got a scar on the right hand side of his face. And that's it. That is character creation. Now, how the game works and how I'm going to be running the game, I'll go on in the next video. But we now have Multine, a fighter, skilled in the sword and in the crossbow. Knows a bit about healing, evading, got a bit of awareness around him, physically strong, a lot of willpower, strong character, charisma, yeah, intelligent, not the smartest cookie, not the most agile cookie, but good enough. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to bring it back to the main screen. I'm going to rub my nose, then bring it back to the main screen, and we'll finish off from there. So let me just stop this recording. Yeah, I've got to find the button. It's not easy, just button. So we're back to me on full size rather than little size. Okay, so we've got, as I say, we've gone through the character creation. We've created Multine. At the present moment, I've got a voice like this. If anyone thinks of a better way or a different voice, this is not going to be irritating for you, then let me know. Yeah. So I've still got a bit of rules to read on this. I'm not going to look at the magic system until I need to. Who knows, the first character I could come up across or ask to join, I don't even know if he's on his own yet. I mean, that's still going to be determined by the mythic generator. And then the actual adventure itself, which I'm going to be using the adventure from this set, and then take it from there. How that works with the mythic, not quite sure either. That's part of what's going on. Why has he got a scar? What's the background? Don't know. That's the whole point of solo role playing, or even any form of role playing. You determine it as you go along. Though I'll be the GM and playing all the other characters, plus my own guy. So I hope, as I say, you enjoyed that. I thought it was fun. I tried to keep out all the technical stuff at the present moment. We'll go through the rules and the mythic in the next video, and we'll play the game probably in the video after that. So if you could hit the like and subscribe, and any comments would be much appreciated. But until next time, bye internet.